For example, this camera was left for 11 hours and it's still recording at 120 frames per second, 4K. This is the best cooling system for GoPro that exists at the moment. You can plug any cable into this socket, and you can use it with any GoPro Hero camera, starting from Hero 9 and ending with the Hero 13. It consumes only 150 milliamps, which is about 3% of what the GoPro consumes. And for example, this 5000 milliamps power bank can allow you to record 2 hours 4K 120 frames per second with GoPro 10 and about 3 hours with the GoPro 13. I'll show how to assemble this, and the link to STL is in the video description below. You can buy it. Also, you can buy separately the cooling fan and the ribbon cable. So yeah. Another thing that I have to mention that is you have to remove the rubber button on the side of the camera, so the air can be sucked from this side and blown out from this side. You can record for about 11 hours is what I've tested in my room with the 84 Fahrenheit degrees temperature. So I would say it can record indefinitely indoors, and it can record for hours under the direct sun. So this is a guide on how to assemble the GoPro cooling door. I suppose that you have already printed these parts. So let's begin. Let's solder the cooling fan to the ribbon cable. So we have to solder the power cable to the rightest pin at the bottom, to the pin at the left at the bottom, and the ground goes to the rightest pin at the bottom under this 13 label. So the power under number 1 and the ground under number 13. I'll solder it and come back to you shortly. So it's soldered. Now we can take this main part, the biggest part, and clip the fan inside it. There is one hole in the fan which differs from others. It's this one. You see, it looks a bit differently, and the leg on the part is smaller for this one, so it's like a key to know the orientation. We can bend it a little bit and fit it in this compartment like this. Just like this. Yeah. So now it's there. We take this smallest part, put it on this, and just apply some pressure so it fits tightly. We can check if the fan spins by plugging in the power cable here. So yeah, it spins. You can hear the sound. The last part is to glue this fan cover. There is one pin that differs from others. You have to be sure that it goes about this side, about this corner, so like this. And we just have to glue it here. I just apply one line from this side. Don't put too much, it may harm the fan. A little bit here and a little bit here. I'll double check if the fan still works. Yes, still spinning. Good. And now it's ready. We can test it. I'll plug the cable and put it inside my GoPro tank. So now it's inside, and you see that the cable is secured very firmly. You can't really get it disconnected. It's connected to power bank. You hear the sound, it started cooling, and the air is sucked from here and blown out from this side. And yeah, if you haven't removed this rubber button, you have to remove it, otherwise it won't work. The camera won't be waterproof anymore, but yeah, it's not the most important thing when shooting long videos. You can figure out some net, or I mean some filter, so the dust doesn't fill up the camera, but I think there is some sense doing it only if you record every day and use the camera a lot. Otherwise, I've had no problems with it yet. The very last thing to mention is you have to install GoPro Labs onto your camera and apply Trust USB QR code. It means that the camera will trust any power source besides its battery.